Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Success Grid podcast. Here with me, Hussein Talib. I have a special guest today. I have a power couple, Sharyn and Hank Yuloff. They are voted the #1 coaching team for small business entrepreneurs who are struggling with marketing, sales, human resources, public speaking, and networking. You name it. They are the authors of best-selling books, and they are the host of the marketing checklist Viewcast, right?
Yes.
Yes,
How are you?
we are good.
Awesome.
Life is
Nice.
spectacular.
Good, great. So,
We're a few days away from our 30th wedding anniversary.
really, when is it?
Next Wednesday.
Cool. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great. So, speaking of anniversaries, tell us a little bit about your stories and how you came together and about your business, sorry.
Business started actually around a Thanksgiving table in the US. My family was one of those that always went around the table and said, "What were you thankful for?" And it got to me, and I was talking about Sharyn and life is great that way. And as I was passing it off to my sister, my mother stopped me and said, "Wait a minute, you didn't talk about work." Now, I had just come from I was a regional manager for a national company, and had come from our regional managers meeting, and our national sales manager had quit, and the owner of the company put his son as the national sales manager, and his son had been with the company 2 months and was not a salesperson.
So that happens a lot.
Yes, all 14 regional managers were very confused. And
At
my
least.
mom, yeah, that's a good way to put it. My mom said, "Well, what would it take for you to start your own company?" Now, at the time, I gave kind of a flip answer, and I said, "Well, I need a new fax machine because the fax machine I have is owned by the company. I'd have to send it back." She looked at my dad and said, "Write him a check."
That was 25 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
25 years ago. And 2 weeks later, started my own company.
Awesome.
And actually within 2 months, half of those regional managers had all left that national company and started their own companies.
Okay, cool. So you like open the floodgates or something.
Yes, we all left, and we became very friendly competitors because we all respected each other, and we were all in different parts of the United States. So we weren't really competing, but we were all in the same industry, but we became very friendly competitors.
Awesome. But I love how you started. So basically your father gave you like a push. And not a lot of people tell the true story of how they got started, especially nowadays. I'm sure you know that you are already in the space. So
well, yeah, it's 25 years ago. So, well, what was interesting was that I started telling my clients that I had started my own company, and the normal reaction was, "What took you so long?" And I said, "Why didn't you tell me?" "You weren't ready, obviously, until you took the leap yourself." It's that until you took the entrepreneurial leap, you weren't ready to hear it from me. And I heard that from a lot of customers.
Yeah. So. Awesome. So let me ask you, Sharyn. I want you to go into this one. So we are now still in COVID, I guess, right? We're still there. So tell me about how you, in your own business and your client's business, how did you revolve and pivot or deal with that situation?
With COVID?
Yeah.
So a lot of our clients, one of the reasons that they are attracted to working with us is because they were hesitant about being online. They were used to being in person, and the whole online thing was a little frightening and overwhelming. There's so many social media channels, and my website is supposed to do something besides be a brochure, but I don't really know what that means. Right? So that whole online thing was overwhelming for them. And now COVID, and it threw them in the deep end, right? Well, you didn't want to do it. We were kind of taking you step by step, but now you're kind of boom. So, so that's what we did. We pivoted with a lot of our clients to help them be online faster and fully and profitably.
Yeah, we had to pivot several dozen businesses all at once. It was really fun.
Well, good to hear. It was fun.
Not a lot of sleep.
Not, yeah. We heard that there were people that were bored during COVID, but that wasn't us.
No.
Yeah. So, but just let me ask you, this one is like kind of personal. So you've been working together for now almost 30 years, stuff like that?
Actually,
No.
about 11.
Yeah.
11. Okay. So 11.
I had to beg her to come work with me.
You
Sure.
begged her to work with you. Oh, okay.
That's
This is
the way
in
it works.
Yeah, sure,
this
that's-
is
Sure.
that's
We'll go
in
with
you.
that.
That's in you. I never seen. I don't know. Me personally, I never seen a man telling his wife like, "Yo, let's go, come work together."
Yeah, no.
Well,
That's not how it works.
good for you, and apparently it's working great for you both. Awesome.
You
Yeah.
know, it's much more fun.
Mm.
We never have to have that "How was your day, dear?" conversation at the end of the day. We know how our days were.
You've been together all day.
Yeah,
exactly.
we're together all the time. We are partners in everything.
Yeah, great. So tell me, you seem a lot passionate about from what I get from you, you seem passionate about helping businesses, small businesses in specifically. Why small businesses?
You know, they're the lifeblood of the economy, at least here in the States.
Mm.
Without the small business, you know, we wouldn't have what used to be called the middle class. And if the U.S. wants to rebuild that middle class, it's going to happen with small businesses.
Yeah,
You know, I'll tell you a quick story. When I was in college, I worked for our college newspaper, and I was selling advertising. And I had all sorts of small business owners that wanted to sell to college students, so they would advertise in the newspaper. And they were all asking me, what should I put in my ads, and how should I attract it? And it occurred to me that these people who had put their life savings into their business were asking a 20 and 21-year-old how to save their businesses.
The 20, you still don't know what you're going to do tomorrow, so
yeah,
exactly.
So and it turns out I was pretty good at it, and I had found a niche in college, and I've been working with small business owners ever since.
Cool, awesome. So in your situation now, where should businesses focus go? Should they, for example, should they look for new clients, or keep focusing on their current ones, or innovate, or keep working with the methods that they are working already?
Really good question.
It really, in some ways, it depends on the business, right? Especially when you ask, should they innovate? It depends on the business. It depends on where they are in the life cycle of the business. Most business owners, small or otherwise, they invest more time and dollars into finding new customers, which is the most expensive way to go. If they would use those dollars to focus on current clients and having those current clients buy more from them and refer, they'd be far more profitable.
Yeah,
setting up a really strong referral system. You know, our clients know that if they refer somebody to us, they make you know, several $100s just by referring somebody to us, because we know we have to invest. There's a client acquisition cost.
Yeah, exactly.
And we would rather give the money to our clients for referring us to people than
any advertising,
Google or whatever advertising we're doing.
Cool. So these businesses that you help, whether find new clients or develop working with their own clients, how do you work with them in finding their target market exactly?
It comes down to a few things, right? So who are their favorite clients? Who do they like to work with? And then looking also at patterns of who their current clients are. Who do they most naturally attract?
We attract, we have 5 different, we call them Harriet.
Okay.
Other marketers would call them avatars. We gave them all names. We have 5 different silos, Harriets, that we attract. We attract quite a few couples that are in business, partners in business, because we're
We
partners.
kind of get
In
that.
fact, next week we have a new book coming out. It's called Partners in Everything, that we wrote for people that have a partner in business. They don't have to be a married couple, just 2 people.
Cool. So your 7th book. This one would be your 7th.
Our 7th
Okay.
book coming out Wednesday. Really excited.
Awesome.
It's on Amazon for 99 cents. Go find
Awesome.
it. How's that for a sales pitch? We work with quite a few millennials who, they're just coming into their own, and they're looking for people who've got some business experience. And like Sharyn said, we work with a lot of folks that they're at that 50 plus. They're nowhere near ready to retire, but a lot of the online confuses them.
Yeah.
So all of our message, when we're putting out a marketing message, we think, okay, which one of those Harriets, which one of those audiences are we talking to right now? And we don't try and speak to everyone, but we try and narrow it to that one particular audience.
Yeah, cool.
And we encourage our clients to do the same.
Yeah, exactly. So you mentioned marketing. Do you encourage or focus on your marketing on online marketing mostly, or do you go like offline?
For us or for our clients?
Yeah.
Both, for you or your
Okay.
clients.
So for us, again, it depends on the Harriet, as Hank said, right? If it's someone that's not as comfortable being online, then we focus on offline ways. We do some direct mail. Now that COVID, it seems to be lifting a little bit, we can do more in-person things and, stages, so to speak. For our clients, we talk to them, right? So who's your ideal client? Who's your favorite client? Who's your most profitable client? And where are they hanging out? If it's online, then where online are they hanging out? And if it's in person, then go there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For us, we market our business a lot of different ways, because we want to have our hands on it. And if we're telling a client to do a certain thing, most of the time we've done it. Now, some of the times we do it, we know it's not going to really work for us, but we want to do it because we want to be good at it when we're helping somebody else. But other times, there's a lot of things we do that we know work really well for us.
So you working with businesses, have you seen some of for example, can someone pull or let's say pull customers from a competition to a new company? Is that possible, or is it like tough?
Well,
it's certainly possible.
Let's look at it this way. Do you have a favorite restaurant?
Yeah, I like any restaurant that has pizza in it. So
okay, but do you have a favorite pizza restaurant?
Domino's and Little Caesar.
Okay.
Interesting.
Really? Okay. There's better pizza out there.
There is a lot. Yes.
I'll use one of our favorite restaurants near us is called Red Rock Cafe. They don't have pizza. They don't have pizza. They serve a great breakfast. Great breakfast.
Huge cinnamon roll.
Oh,
yep.
Cool. That's delicious.
If
close to pizza.
If someone wanted to get our business for breakfast, they'd have to what they're trying to do, and what if you're trying to take someone away from a competitor, you're trying to change somebody's habits. And the human animal, just like every animal, we are creatures of habit, and we get used to doing it. So there has to be something that very much changes your habit. If someone wanted to say, hey, come to our restaurant for breakfast instead of Red Rock, I don't know what kind of a special it would have to be, because we love the service, we love the food, the pricing is good. They've kind of have a really good deal. But if we're trying to change someone's habit, remember that you have to do something that's going to capture their attention. And it isn't always price.
Yeah.
It could be that, hey, we have a pizza that has 47 different toppings on it.
Wow. Oh.
And it's amazing. There's a pizza restaurant in Los Angeles. Let's see, they're not a client, so do I want to say it? Anyway, they advertise that they have a 16,000 calorie pizza.
Oh my goodness.
They're the pizza restaurant, they're called Joe Peeps. They're in North Hollywood, California. And they'll deliver anywhere. Now, if they wanted to deliver to us in Arizona, the delivery charge would be a lot, but they would deliver anywhere. So
Really? Oh, okay.
It'd be even more to him though.
yeah. So the idea is they try and stand out. Now their 16,000 calorie pizza is tremendous. But that
That's a lot of calories.
It is. But how are you going to stand out? And you have to do something to capture their attention.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
As business coaches, we capture a lot of attention because there's two of us. Where people get
rarely get one usually. Yeah, usually get one, not two.
Exactly.
But
so for that tends to work really well for us. Plus, we each have different backgrounds. Sharyn has a master's in nonprofit management, and I have degrees in advertising, PR, and economics. So the breadth of where we come from, together, it's great. We each have a very varied background. Wow, I speak for a living. So, what's going to set you apart? And when you figure that out, that helps you promote you. And that becomes the thing that captures their attention. The fish only needs one worm.
Yeah. But will it go for it?
Well, look at,
if it's the right pizza.
99.999% of the people in the world don't particularly want to write you a check, but you can make a really good living with 0.001% of the population of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to sell to everybody.
Exactly. There is abundance. Yes.
You couldn't.
You couldn't handle all that business anyway.
Yeah, exactly. A big corporation can too.
Well, not
everyone goes to Domino's.
Yeah. Not everybody goes to Walmart. Not everyone buys Toyotas. Some people like Ford.
Exactly.
So not even the really large companies get all of the business.
Yeah, of course. So you mentioned like getting attention. So to me, maybe this would be like marketing. So like we have marketing and sales. So so basically marketing is like having the attention of the customer, and sales making the sale. But where's the focus on the business should be? Should there be like a brand awareness and stuff like that and marketing campaigns, or should they be focusing on making more money and making sales and dollars and stuff like that?
Well, one leads to the other.
Marketing is getting your prospect to raise their hand and say, I'd like some information. And once they raise their hand, then the sales process can start. We've all met that insurance person who, the moment you meet them, they hand you, here's my card. Oh, and you might want to take a second card for somebody else. And it's like, you haven't even asked me my name. You have no idea. You sell auto insurance. You don't even know if I own a car. But they're handing cards. So they're going right into the sales process instead of building a little bit of rapport.
You got to make sure the door to that conversation is open. And so the marketing helps to know, is the door open, so that you can walk through it and have a sales conversation.
Exactly. So what do you would give the best tips or best practices for either marketing or sales? Like points, 2 or 3 points.
Tell you what, if you do the marketing, I'll do the sales.
Yes. Know who your ideal client is. Who's your most profitable client? And then create the message to attract that client. And only after you have those 2 points, then, okay, well, where are those people hanging out? Where do I put that message to attract those clients? Too many people start with the tactic. Well, I want to do Facebook ads. Okay, well, is your ideal client even on Facebook? Like, we need to start further back. Who's the ideal client, the message to attract that client, and then where do we put that message?
Especially, you talked about, like, for example, Facebook ads, like with social media now, like a lot of platforms. So even if like Facebook has like 1 or 2 billion users, I don't know, maybe more now. So, but maybe like you mentioned, maybe the ideal customer is on LinkedIn, or maybe they are on Pinterest, or yeah.
Exactly.
You know, we're in a small little networking group here in Sedona, and we're about to run some ads on Facebook. The ads we're going to run will be very centered on our little town. It does us no good to advertise in New York
Outside, yeah.
Or even Phoenix, which is only 2 hours away.
You know, we'll have a very small geographic area where those ads will run, because that's our audience.
Yeah.
You know, and on the sales side, we have seen that a lot of people that we teach some sales tactics, they think that, or they feel that once they get a client to say yes and they've made the sale, that's the end of the process. And that's really just the beginning of another process. You know, you have to take care of that customer. You have to follow up with that customer, because you're going from a point of making a sale to now a point of loyalty and advocacy. You know,
Yeah.
we each drive a Toyota Prius, and
Okay.
we are so in love with that little car, you know, our little Priuses.
Good.
I don't know what the Pre-i.
Yeah.
We think it's Pre-i. Not sure.
Pre-ice.
Yeah. Somebody from Toyota will correct me. But we're such fans that Sharyn got one, and then I got one.
What are the colors of the cars? The colors.
Green.
My first one was silver, and now I have the really pretty blue one.
Oh, okay. The blue one is nice. It's shiny, I guess.
Gorgeous. But the color really wasn't important. The first time I bought one, Sharyn had gotten hers, and this was when they first came out. And then 2 years later, you know, the style that they are now, they changed it. Now it was just coming out, and we bought the car without ever having seen it
or test driven it.
They said, "Hey, do you want a new one? Here's the price. It has more power. It has better mileage." And they didn't want to check. They just said, "Get on the waiting list." And they said, "Your car came in," and I had already loved her car, and I asked the salesperson, I said, "What if I saw it and I didn't like it?" And she said, "We would have just gone to the next person on the list." And so,
cool.
But when that one died, we gave it to the local high school, and I was looking for a new one. And I told a friend who's an auto broker, I said, "Just find me one, you know, like a 2011, 2012, somewhere in there." And he said, "What color?" I said, "I don't care." It didn't matter. I wanted the engine. And because we love getting 50 miles to the gallon. So we have become advocates of that little car. You know, and it was because Longo Toyota in Los Angeles took care of us so well when we bought the first one that it made it really easy to get the second one. And if they had never followed up, we might not have gotten the second one.
Exactly, yes.
And you know, we see this in real estate. You know, we've never had a realtor that either sold a house for us or followed up. We've only had one that has kept us on his mailing list,
even though we've moved out of the area,
and follows up with us every month.
Really awesome.
And we've known lots of real estate agents, and it's not a unusual thing. So follow up with your clients. We send postcards to our mailing list every month.
Cool. It's about the relationships. It's not now there, because for example, any customer in the world has, for example, Google. He can search anything at any minute for anything. And a lot of competition, a lot of products everywhere, similar products and stuff. So if you want to keep and retain and get the customer, maybe now relationships are the key, maybe to that.
Yes,
you're completely right. You know, it's you know,
it really always was.
You know, you think you couldn't find a marketing plan on Google?
Yeah, there is plenty on.
You know,
but
there are plenty of them. Now, we happen to have a couple that are online, but there are a few other people who can help you with your marketing. We know that, and that's fine. You know,
If you resonate with us, then that's great. And if you don't, then go find someone you resonate with.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so we try not to sweat it.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah. So awesome. You talked about how you bought a car, your story, or you got a car. So I don't know. I was like watching videos the other day, and the guy was talking about emotional buyers and logical buyers.
yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think everyone is really an emotional buyer.
So
Really?
yeah,
We have a gut reaction, and then we use logic to say, oh yeah, my gut was right.
you know, years ago, Honda had a car called the Prelude. It was a little sports car.
Before
And-
the Prius.
Yeah, this was a while ago. This was and I wanted one because I was going to look cool in the car, and I knew it went fast. So I was going to go fast and look cool. And I wasn't really ready to buy it, but I went into a dealership just for the heck of it to look at one. And I let the salesman take me through it. And I said, how much is it? And he told me how much it was. And I said, I'll take it. I was not ready to buy the car that day, but he gave me a price that I knew what price I was going to buy at. And he offered me a price without even arguing that was below that. Because
Yeah.
you know, a lot of car dealers, they put that one car only at this price, and I bought the car that was going to go in the ad. I was not ready, but my subconscious was. I wanted the car. I was going to look cool and go fast.
Yeah, awesome. So speaking of prices and this one, how do you determine the price for any
So-
product? Yeah.
Really, you know, it's I'm going to show you something. When we do a Monday mastermind call for all of our clients, they're all on once. And my notes here, we were talking to a client, and she was talking about how do I price my classes. So we were just talking about it, and we said, well, what do you? I wrote down a price. I wrote down a number per a dollar amount per hour, and I said, what do you think you would charge? And she gave us a number that was a little below. It was great because she wasn't far below it, but I said, well, let's start a little higher, because most people are going to business. They charge too little.
Really?
They
Yeah.
undervalue their value.
Yeah.
They
And-
undervalue their value.
Yeah. You know,
Good.
the first time I put together a marketing plan, nobody bought it because I was charging too little. I doubled the price, and people started to buy.
I don't know. Sometimes people maybe relate expensive things with that. It's a good thing. Like to me,
Sometimes.
yeah. So because, for example, I don't care about brands, whether it's clothing or whatever. It's the same to me. But sometimes, because this watch, it's like there is a difference. Yes, sometimes there is, but sometimes there is not. So this watch is like $1,000, and this watch is $100. So that $1,000 watch is better than the $1,000 watch.
You know, they both
Yeah.
tell time.
Yeah. They do.
Yeah.
You know, but I'll tell you, I love my Ray-Ban sunglasses. And I truly, when we moved to this town, we came from Los Angeles, where I was in a suit every day. And we moved to Sedona, where it's a little more casual. And I'll tell you, I'm starting to give away my suits. The last 3 that go are going to be my Hugo Boss suits, because there's something about a Hugo Boss suit. And in fact, we were in London 2 years ago, and we went to Harrods. And inside of Harrods, there's a Hugo Boss store, and they had a sale. And I got a black Hugo Boss jacket that was like,
And you had my brother buy one too.
yes, because he didn't own it. He didn't have a sport coat. And I said, you don't own a Hugo Boss jacket, do you? He said, no. I said, try this on.
So you basically seduced him.
I did.
Yeah.
Nothing. So yeah, there's some brands I dig, but you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, my jeans are from, you know, a truck stop outside of Portside. Hey, $14.99 and they were black jeans and I needed jeans. So
Yeah, the important thing that you are comfortable in your clothes or whatever that you're doing. So let's awesome. So let's ask you this. Yeah,
my Ray-Bans and my Hugo Boss. That's
you're like Tom Cruise in the 80s, maybe.
yes, exactly. You know, if I want to feel good, I'll put on that Hugo Boss suit, even if I'm going to be at home, in the office all day.
Awesome.
Just nice. I need a pump. I need to pump up myself. So
Go stand outside with the Ray-Bans on.
exactly. I'll stand outside in my suit with the sunglasses.
So let me ask you this question: what most of the challenges that you see businesses face?
If when they're starting, it's being undercapitalized, or they say things like, I'm just going to use that really cheap free website thing, and I'll build a real website on WordPress later. We see that a lot, and they never changed, and the website.
Then they get comfortable, and it's a habit,
and the website doesn't serve them. We see a lot of people that don't follow up.
Follow up is a big one.
You mean follow up, like, for example, an email sequence or email marketing?
Email and direct mail and phone calls and text. I mean, there are multiple ways to reach out.
The average sale takes between 5 and 12 touches.
And I just heard this today. I was on a training this morning.
Yeah.
And she said that the new stats are, for COVID time, because everyone is overwhelmed by so much stuff, that it's taking 30 touches.
Wow.
During COVID time. Yeah.
So that's like 2.5x, 2.5 times.
Wow. We're starting to promote our book our book's coming out next Wednesday, and which is fine because most of you that are watching this, it's already passed. So I can tell you, we're promoting that on our social media Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's pesky. That's Sharon's cat.
Awesome.
We're promoting it every hour on the hour for 3 days. There's going to be a new post that goes up. We're doing a lot of funny stuff that goes along with it.
Well, 36 touches.
So there you go. So 36 touches, and they might buy the book. They might invest $1. Yeah. It's part of it is really, we're very fortunate. We have our list of friends, clients, people. We probably don't have to promote our books that much to hit bestseller, because a lot of people will invest the $1 just because. But this is our 7th, and it's a really different book than just marketing tips or HR. It's about couples that work together. So it's a very different book, and our editor tells us it's one of our better ones. So we're really proud of it.
Also, tell us a little bit about your book, The Marketing Checklist. Its name.
This one's called Partners in Everything.
I mean the previous one.
The first ones we had here. I can show you.
Yeah.
Here, allow me.
Show and tell.
The first book was 49 stupid things people do with business cards and how to fix them.
Okay.
Where I had all sorts of business cards. Did you know that there's 49 things that people can do wrong? And I showed that to our coach, who said you had to have a book, and he looked at it and said, well, that's great. Where's the workbook? What workbook? Okay. Well, you just spent 110 pages telling people their business cards suck. Don't you think you ought to help them? Fine. So I started putting another book together, and they were going to have to know about logos and this, that. And that turned into the Marketing Checklist, 80 Simple Ways to Master Your Marketing.
Cool.
And that hit bestseller. I showed that to one of our coaches, and he said, that's great, but where's the workbook? Evidently, I still have the workbook. And that turned into the Marketing Checklist 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
49 more. Here's a hint, by the way. If I had known that this book was going to come out, this book would not have had 80. It would have had a lot fewer, because now there's 49 tips here.
Whoa.
And then Sharyn said, well, I want a book. So Sharyn's background is in human resources. So we have Small Business Human Resources Secrets.
Awesome.
That became a international bestseller in Australia. Thank you, Aussies.
Really?
We appreciate it. Yeah.
I know.
Good.
Bizarre, given that the HR laws are probably different in Australia, but okay.
Let's see. Then we had the Hows and Wives of social media, because evidently marketing coaches have to talk about social media a little bit. And then we've got the marketing checklist for sales.
Sales. Cool. So I see your picture both together. So did you co-wrote the books?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
All of
except
them?
the first two.
All except for this one that has my smiling face and the one about business cards.
Cool. Awesome. So every book that you are going to write from now on, I assume you're going to write together.
Correct.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
We have the book after this is we're writing it. We're going to write it with a friend of ours. It's the working title is E equals MC squared, what Einstein, Galileo, and Tesla teach us about marketing.
Wow.
Where we talk, yeah, hey, things like the third law of thermodynamics, a body in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. I look, I got a B in high school physics because I made my teacher laugh. That was the biggest gift I ever got.
Actually, it's a great headline. If you are not going to write that book, I can take the title.
But we're going to. He's right. Our friend's writing the physics, and then we write the marketing. And the marketing part of that is, if your marketing sucks and you don't do something to change it, it's going to continue to suck. So you can see kind of what this book's going to be about. And then after that, we have another marketing tips book that'll come out that's pretty much already written.
Awesome. So I want you to both give the listeners that will listen to this one takeaway from this episode.
I married way up and my wife is really wonderful.
Working together seems great, right?
If you're fortunate enough to marry up, don't ever let her go. My mom called Sharyn the daughter she never had, and I have a sister.
Cool.
I did luck out in the in-law department. That is for sure.
Don't give up. Really, there are going to be some bad days, and that's okay.
What?
We all have bad days. We all have days we wish just.
We learned this from one of our mentors. Never quit on a bad day.
Yeah.
Because we all have bad days.
Yeah.
If you're going to quit, wait till you have a good day, and then you won't feel like quitting anyway. So.
Yeah. And tell you what, if you're having a bad day, go to howtogetttherefaster.com, and we'll give you a half-hour pep talk.
Cool.
You can go into our calendar. We'll give you a pep talk for a half hour. Just
cool.
So go to howtogetttherefaster.com.
So this is where can people get in touch with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
So we'll pump you up. We'll get you ready to go.
Awesome. Do you have another website, or this is just
our hub is uloffcreative.com. Everything is, you can find everything there.
Yeah.
Including how to get there faster.
Yeah. Including howtogetttherefaster.com.
Cool. How did you get that domain name? When did you get that?
Okay.
Bought it.
So it was 2:30 in the morning, and I was awake, and I was thinking, okay, why do people come to us? What are the two questions people ask us all the time? Because somebody said, what are the two questions? And the two questions are, what do I do next? And how do I get there faster?
Cool.
And I thought, I wonder if howtogetttherefaster.com is available.
No, you thought.
I thought getttherefaster.com.
There you go.
So I went into the office at 2:30 in the morning, and I looked up Get There Faster. A bike store owns it.
A bike?
Yeah, a bicycle shop.
Okay. Cool.
It was wonderful. I was like, yay. So I looked up how to get there faster, and that was available. And that's where that came from, because it's one of the two questions people ask us all the time.
Awesome. Well, thank you both, Hank and Sharyn, for being with me today on the Success Grade podcast. Awesome.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us. So
Lovely.
appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.